Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, which should be a good one because we've got a couple of interesting things to chat about, namely what happened at Clearwood yesterday with the one feature race which caused the abandonment of the meeting, but also V. Moodley and Clyde Basil in the studio today to come and explain their positions and where they fit into the picture and what they've got in line for us. But with me, none other than young Andrew Harrison. Hi, Andrew.
No, I'm good, James. Yeah, good to be on the show again.
It's excellent to have you here. Laf's abdicated. I think he's gone for some little...
Oh, he's gone Bosbarat.
A Bosbarat, yeah. Gold Circle Bosbarat.
Well, I hope they get it right.
Can you imagine what that's all about? Well, I'm happy to be here in the studio with you. So let's move straight into our three to follow.
Getting the best from a thoroughbred is largely related to training and its diet. Mike de Kock has mastered this critical balance.
Where is Mike de Kock?
Yeah,
How can we have a world-class racing event, no Mike de Kock?
Wherever you are in the world, to be competitive at the highest level, equine nutrition is first and foremost.
Mike de Kock, you're a living legend.
Tries to kick the lizards.
I've always wanted an edge over my competitors, and I have found the one place I can get that edge was nutrition. The game has been very kind to me, and I'd like to give something back. And so EPOL and I are making my international formula available to all trainers.
De Kock has always partnered with EPOL, and together they have developed his own formula which is truly world-class.
The feed is based on many years of research, but now we've pushed the formula further to something that today is a world-class product. I promise you, trainers will see the difference.
Mike de Kock feed from EPOL, available now.
Right, well, let's go straight into our three to follow. And it's been an interesting week, and there could have been about 6 or 7 to follow. But we picked out 3 little classics here, and think that you should have a close look at them. The first one was a horse called Owls Do Cry, Clearwood, 12th of March. Let's go and pick it up. There it is at the start, Andrew, in the in Rodney Trotter's colours.
That's right, yeah, there's yellow and sort of lime green.
Sprinting away. Owls do
Not too well away.
Not too well away, but then Sean just eases into the race.
Yeah, he's going quite well there, and then suddenly seems to lose his position. Constitution on the right-hand side from the Governor's colours is in front, and now Owls Do Cry just drops away from them a bit.
He seems to be going all right, but he's sort of dropping off the pace.
Losing a bit of touch. But the point is that now he comes up behind the horse in the pink colours. He's starting to ask to go ahead with and go and do his job. And no real pressure put on him yet. And then there's a little gap for him on the outside. Still, you know.
I think he's still very green, James. When that horse ran in front of him, you could see Sean trying to switch him out and steady him. I think it was a pretty good run.
Yeah.
I'm very sure he'll come on from there.
Certain to come on from there. I think he's a horse that we could have a close look at in the future. And certainly next time he runs, maybe over even a little more ground. Certainly worth keeping an eye on. We go to yesterday's meeting at Clearwood. That was the 17th of March, first race. They put the lights out on this one. One Cool Dude of Duncan House's. He had one of those days that he probably doesn't want to remember. So let's go and pick this one up because he looks like quite a nice horse. At the start there, drawn 12. Comes out reasonably, but in the race quickly. He looked like he got into the race quickly.
Jumped a little bit sideways. He's up there, holding his position. See Alec looking to go to the outside.
But he looked to go to the outside, but he never got there and ended up right on the inside. So he's an interesting horse to watch. He's following the Moodley colours, the orange cap, and you can see him now dropping off them with a sheepskin noseband, One Cool Dude. In front is the winner. It's my brother who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He absolutely canted in. Now
He looks got a little bit crowded out there in the beginning. I see Alec pulling the stick on him there, and he's a hell of a green.
Yeah, well, it's his first run at the racecourse. Now he goes towards the inside, and he's still not finding much chance of getting on and doing the job. It's my brother Clear. My horse looks like he's going to run Clear second. He got the sniper. Not sure why. We're going to try and work that out today. But here, It's My Brothers now one off the right-hand side and running on really well.
He ran a very nice race. I think if you factor in all how green he was and trying to shift around and all the horses squeezing him out, I think that's got to improve 5-6 lengths.
Yeah. Okay, well, he looked like a pretty nice horse, and the money didn't stop on him. He was the right one. But here's one where there was no money for, not 1 cent. This filly won a very, very good race. Caitlin in Neil Butcher's colours, one of the directors on the Bosperat.
Yeah, well, Neil Butcher would be happy in the Bosperat. Yeah, I was hoping he
Yeah.
got his cash on.
And Craig Udy. Apparently he was sitting at, celebrating St. Patrick's Day in Hillcrest, Neil was.
Oh, he
instead
was.
of being
Was
at
he?
the races.
I didn't know he was Irish.
Well, you know, at St. Patrick's Day, a lot of people
Any
become
excuses?
Irish that aren't Irish. Even Lafferty becomes Irish. Yeah. Let's go and pick young Caitlin up. First run, this is, and I think this is the first time that Craig Udy has ever trained a first-time winner in his whole training career. So this is quite interesting.
And drawn widest of all.
Drawn widest of all, misses the break. She's got the yellow cap now. She's right at the back on the left-hand side of your screen, getting scrubbed along by JP van der Merwe. She's 5 wide and last, and getting scrubbed.
And getting scrubbed. If you'd taken a bet then, you would have taken the bet for finishing last.
Well, absolutely. Now, the point being is that the favourite is on her inside. Anton Marcus is riding it in the Gilbert Werner colours. And that looks like when they turn for home, this is going to win. It moves up very comfortably.
Yeah, but James, I was watching Marcus on that horse, and she didn't look like she was going anywhere either until they hit the straight. And then she slowly picked it up. When she looked like she was going to win it, Caitlin just whistled past.
Well, that's the point. And you'll see now, Marcus comes out in the purple colours. Caitlin's behind in the yellow cap under a big scrub.
And then there's Anton is pushing, getting there slowly. And JP is still pushing.
And we're miles behind.
Behind.
And now,
and suddenly she just, I don't know, the penny just drops and she just takes off.
And hands and heels. He just absolutely goes past the favourite. The favourite does run second eventually. And Anton done everything to win on the favourite, but didn't consider this one. It won absolutely effortlessly.
Won effortlessly. It was Dylan Thomas?
Yeah, Dylan Thomas filly. Yeah. And apparently bought from one of those sales that Mike de Kock and the team had here.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yeah, last June, I think, June or July, and I think Mike doesn't mind. He likes to see them win for these people. But what a good win. And
it might be a bit green when he sold that one.
Well, the thing is that it might be one of those fillies that absolutely shows nothing at home, because the starting price indicated that she hadn't shown Craig Udy too much either.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'd like to ask him about that one.
Well, ask him when he's finished celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Those are 3 to follow, and they certainly look like they're worth following. We're going to have a look at the blast from the past. We got the 2011 SA Classic, English Gardens' Greatest Triumph.
We know from our successful partnership with Mike de Kock that getting the best from your horse is largely related to training and nutrition. However, we also believe that it is vital to offer choice, and so ensure we stay abreast of the latest global horse nutrition trends. And we are therefore excited to announce the launch of our new EPOL Race Muesli Feed. This feed has been developed by Dr. Rensha Moller, a leading veterinarian and horse nutritionist, and uses her international experience and expertise to produce a premium, top-quality, proven race muesli recipe. This race muesli feed is designed to give the ultimate performance, be fully balanced and nutrient-dense, and provide your horses with optimum digestibility and palatability. Of course, we expect that this is what you have been waiting for. Race Muesli Feed from EPOL. Available now.
You know, sir, this is the finest fabric money can buy. Done. When you walk out of here, heads will turn. Care for a glass of champagne, sir?
about ready to go with Not Liable and Dark Wind. And they're off and running in the South African Classic from that 1800 metre mark, and Dark Wind got out well. Racing with it is Gold Onyx in the early part of the race now, and Belmonte is there on the far side. There with them is Top Seller, and King's Entourage is after them. They are length or two from the leaders right now. Then it's Money Grubber back along the inside. A Link Man, a little keen, and about 4 or 5 off that leader. Then we go back now, I see, to Gold Onyx drop back. He's about 7 off the leader with racing on its outside, Galileo's Destiny. Further back to Roman Wall in the yellow cap is 9 from the leader. Super Trooper runs behind that. Not Liable. Further back an English Garden. Snowden's got about 14 to make up. Piranha's back there second last, and September Wind is the trailer as they start to climb their way now up the hill. South African Classic Day. They're about to move to the 1,000 metre mark, and it's Belmonte in front to King's Entourage in second. Top Seller's back in third. Link Man is in the 4th spot, is in the all blue colours, and he's only got 3 lengths to make up on the leader. Dark Wind in the red colours travels behind that. Then it's Money Grubber, Super Trooper behind those. Galileo's Destiny in the black sleeves and black caps got 5 lengths to make up. Roman Wall is in the yellow cap on the outside. Snowden runs behind that, and Gold Onyx, they got 7 to go. Belmonte the leader. King's Entourage behind that. Link Man has taken to the outside. Galileo's Destiny is going with him. Top Sellers there as well, and Dark Wind behind them. Out the 300, and Link Man has come through to pick it up. Link Man now comes through to hit the front with 300 to go. Galileo's Destiny, Top Seller, Belmonte's racing behind that. English Garden, Piranha has come from the back of the field but got 4 to go. Link Man, Galileo's Destiny, and English Garden is running the race of its life on the outside. English Garden, Galileo's Destiny, Link Man, Top Seller is there as well, but English Garden has come to the front in the closing stages, and English Garden won the South African Classic. Top Seller was second, Galileo's Destiny, Link Man, Piranha was on the stand side of runners. That's the order of finish in the running of the South African Classic.
A horse that really was a pretty damn good horse, but bleeding was his big problem, wasn't it, Andrew?
That's right. I think he probably thrived on the high felt with that thinner air. And, I mean, it was quite noticeable in that race that the 2 first and second came from Cape Town. Warren Marshall's Top Seller.
What is interesting is, why would a horse be better where there's less oxygen when he bleeds?
I think it's just a thinner atmosphere.
So you don't have as much pressure
you don't
on
have
the
so
membranes.
much pressure on the membranes, yeah. Being a vet, I would know those things.
Well, yeah, we'll call you doctor in future. Doctor, what about the rest of the race? Piranha was...
it was a high-class field. I mean, you had Linkman as a Group 1. Piranha, I think, what was that race? He'd
been a damn disappointing horse. I think he won the Victory Moon. He looked
Victory
like
Moon, he did almost did a 360 and won it. Yeah, and he never did anything afterwards. And there was a good field. Gold Onyx was in there. Roman Wall.
Roman Wall's battling around in the B division here, and
well, he looked like a fairly decent horse at that stage.
Yeah, it's amazing when you get down the field, you see the horses that actually probably shouldn't have been there, or not good enough to be there.
Not good enough to be there, but at the time they looked
pretty good. Well, Snowden doesn't stay. He's a good horse, but he never got this type of trip, and that would be the problem with him. But it was a good race. And we're looking forward to it at the end of the month. As I say, we're going to be talking to Clyde Basil. He'll be able to tell us all about what's going on in the Classic at the end of the month. Let's move straight on and have a look for our Plum of the Week.